Good morning, students. Today we are going to do revision on the lesson Jainism Buddhism. Okay, so let us start. Jainism Buddhism revision work. We have already completed the lesson in two parts. One is we studied Jainism, then we studied Buddhism. Now I will do revision of the full lesson. So you all listen carefully. So, Jainism, Buddhism, we have studied the topic great preachers. Who were the great preachers? The great preachers were the people who were actually they were devoting their life for the betterment of people, for welfare of the people. They were the great preachers who used to give positive energies to the people to make them understand the goodness of welfare and also to leave all the worldly desires and sacrifice themselves or devote their life for the welfare of the poor people. So, religion in the early Vedic period, based on nature worship, was simple and easy to follow. By the end of the later Vedic period, the religion became very complex, means very difficult for the common people to understand. Many evil customs crept into the society in the name of religion. Costly sacrifices, superstitions, and very elaborate, very complex, meaningless rituals had started, which destroyed the simplicity and appeal of the original religion. The Vedic texts were written in Sanskrit, which the common people could not understand. The Brahmanas explained the text in a manner that increased their own power only. Okay, the rites and rituals introduced by them led to the exploitation of the common people. Religion became very expensive and also oppressive. Oppressive means it was very much suppressing to convey that they have to do only. If they will not do, they will be punished by God. It was very oppressive by the Brahmanas. The caste system became very rigid. The lower caste, especially the Shudras, were increasingly isolated and persecuted. They were denied the right to study the religious scriptures and were not even allowed to recite Sanskrit hymns. Two great preachers were there. Vardhamana Mahavira and Gautama Buddha were born at the time of 6th century BC. Both started reform movements as a reaction to the evil practices prevailing in the society in the name of religion. Their teachings led to the emergence of the two religious sections, that is Jainism and Buddhism. Jainism, that was Vardhamana Mahavira's early life. Vardhamana Mahavira is regarded as the most important teacher of Jainism. Mahavira was the 24th and the last Tirthankara, the teacher of the Jains. He was born in 540 BC in Kundagrama near Vaishali. He was a Kshatriya prince, but he gave up his life of luxury and comfort. At the age of 30, he left home in search of truth and became an ascetic, a person who is moving from one place to another and working for the welfare of the people, teaching, preaching the goodness of life. Search for truth. Mahavira wandered from place to place in search of truth. After about 12 years of penance and meditation, he gained spiritual knowledge. Mahavira became a Jina, that is, conqueror of self. His philosophy is known as Jainism and his followers are called Jains. Now let us turn the page. Let us come to the topic, that is teachings of Mahavira. Ahimsa, that is non-violence, is the first great teaching of Ahimsa. Sacrifice, yajnas and rituals. Mahavira did not accept the Vedas and opposed all forms of religion, rites and rituals. Caste system, Mahavira believed that all people are equal and did not believe in dividing people into different castes. And God, Mahavira did not believe in the existence of God. Karma and rebirth. A person's soul is reborn again and again because his and her karma actions, the highest goal of person's life was to attain moksha, that is freedom from cycle of birth and rebirth. Moksha could be achieved by following the three ratna, that is three jewels of Jainism. The three jewels are right knowledge, right belief, right conduct, which includes the practice of ahimsa and heart penance. Now, subsections of Jainism. When Mahavira died at the age of 72, he had a large number of followers. His followers included Bimbisara, Ajatashatru, the rulers of Magadha, and after his death, Jainism was divided into two sections, that is Digambara, Chitambara. Meaning no need to study, only the word you have read. Now let us come to the Jains monks lived in the monasteries who established by Mahavira helped to spread off Jainism in different parts of the country. They preached in Prakrit language. These all you underline. These all are important for the fill in the blanks and all short questions. Though I will give you today also in fill in the blanks some revision works I will give you. So, several kings adopted Jainism and their state religion. Jain art, architecture, literature flourished under their patronage. The Dilwara temple in Mount Abu is a fine specimen of Jain architecture. The religious literature of Jains is found in Purvas and Angas. So, Jainism still has a large followers. Now come to Buddhism. Siddhartha, later known as Gautam Buddha, was born in Lumbini near Kapilavastu in 567 BC. Siddhartha was a Kshatriya prince surrounded by the luxuries and pleasures of the royal life. He was married to a beautiful princess Yashodhara and had a son named Rahul. A happy family life and luxuries of palace failed to satisfy him. He left these all things in search of truth. So, four great sights proved to be the turning point in Siddhartha's life. It is believed that once, while he was on the outing in his chariot, he saw an old man, a sick man, and a dead man. These three sights saddened and disturbed him greatly. Then he saw an ascetic who looked calm and serene, unaffected by the sorrow and misery around him. Siddhartha decided to renounce all the worldly ties and go out in search of the answers to the mysteries of the life and death. One night, at the age of 29, while his son and wife were asleep, he left all the worldly ties and he became an ascetic and went into the search of truth. For 6 years, Siddhartha wandered from place to place in search of truth. One day, he sat down under a peepal tree in Bodh Gaya and began to meditate. On the 49th day, true light dawned on him. He became Buddha, the enlightened one. He had at last found the cause of the human suffering and knew how to overcome it. From Gaya, Buddha went to the deer park in Sarnath and preached his first sermon. For the next 45 years, he moved from place to place preaching his simple message. He died in Kushinagar at the age of 80. By this time, there were thousands of people who had embraced Buddhism. Teachings of Buddha's religious philosophy is called Buddhism. It is called the middle path because it avoids the extreme austerity of Jainism as well as extremes of the ritualistic Hinduism. The main principles of Buddhism are contained in the Four Noble Truths and an Eightfold Path and Ashtangika Marga. The Four Noble Truths: the world is full of suffering. The cause of suffering is the human desire. Suffering can be ended by overcoming all the desires. You have to come out of all the desires. Desires means all needs and wants, too much luxuries, life, these all should not be there. So desires can be overcome and freedom from cycle of birth, death and rebirth can be achieved by nirvana. The eightfold path leads to nirvana. What was the eightfold path? Right belief, right thought, right speech, right action, right means of livelihood, right effect, right memory, and right meditation. Now, ahimsa. Ahimsa again in Buddhism, that is non-violence. Karma, people's action will decide their destiny. If good they will do, good will happen with them. Bad they will do, someday bad will also happen with them. Nirvana, a person's ultimate goal in life is to attain nirvana, that is escape from the cycle of birth and death. Caste system. Buddha strongly condemned the caste system and preached that all people are equal. Buddha was silent in existence of God. He stressed moral values such as honesty, non-violence, obedience and respect for the elders. and kindness to all living beings. Now there is spread of Buddhism. The Buddhism spread in Pali language, in which are easily understandable to the common people. The simplicity of the teachings of the principles with equality appealed to the common people. Buddhism spread rapidly, very fast to different countries also, and established different sanghas and monks. These monasteries became the centers of education, while by the monks and nuns, and thus one of the Buddhist universities like Nalanda were other important reasons in the rapid spread of Buddhism. Nalanda University, one of the Buddhist universities, was one of the reasons for the rapid spread of Buddhism in different regions. Buddhism, like Jainism, was divided. Buddhism, like Jainism, was also divided into two sections: Hinayana, Mahayana. The Hinayana Buddhists considered Buddha as a preacher. The Mahayana Buddhists reverted to ritualism and worshipped Buddha as God. This was the difference. And Buddhism inspired the artistic and architects and achieved great heights in cultural excellence. It helped to develop the Buddhist literature. The religion literature of Buddhism contained three patakas and the jatakas, and thus decline of Buddhism. What are the reasons? Hinduism was reformed and purified. Gupta kings patronized Hinduism. India was invaded by Huns, who destroyed the Buddhist viharas. Now, one thing I want to tell, this comparative study between Jainism and Buddhism, though I have read it, explained you, reading is very much important. So, this part question will not come. Comparative study between Jainism and Buddhism, questions will not be from there, and differences, from differences, these two parts, okay. So, this column I am removing from here, okay. So, you have to study till decline, you study till decline of Buddhism. It is a short chapter. You all can read very nicely. Revision work is done. Today worksheet link I am giving, revision worksheet link on this lesson. So do it very carefully. Okay students. Revision worksheet links, answers PDF also I am giving you. So that also you see and you can, it will be helpful for you. First you give the revision and then you see the PDF of the answers. Then you can match your answer, that what you have filled it. Okay students, thank you.